And southern Sudan's on the eve of a historic week-long referendum for independence from the north. The vote is part of a 2005 peace deal that ended the civil war lasting 2 decades. That conflict led many Sudanese to flee the country, with thousands ending up in Israel. RT's Paula Sleer has met refugees who struggle to make ends meet after finding a new home in a place considered an enemy state.
The road to freedom is long. Israel wasn't their first choice, Egypt was. But as the thousands of refugees fleeing Sudan found themselves under assault in Cairo by a police force trying to clean up the streets, the decision to cross over into Israel seemed a logical one.
Israel is near from here, and Israel is a Jewish country, and we are a Christian.
But the journey was long, sometimes on foot, sometimes paying Bedouins to drive them.
You have to cross the Egypt border and coming to the Israeli border without make sure that the soldiers of Egypt not to see you. Otherwise, you will be killed or something shooting.
Anthony Amato made that journey 3 years ago with his wife and 4 children. He watched friends and family die along the way. Some were shot, some died of hunger.
The soldiers, they shout on us and hands up and who are you, from where, and this, and check us if we have weapon and we have this.
But Israel doesn't really know what to do with these refugees. Last year alone, 18,000 arrived just from Sudan and Eritrea. Israel is party to the Convention on the Status of Refugees, which means it can't send refugees back home if this would risk their lives. But keeping them here is becoming more and more difficult. Benjamin Koryam works as a cleaner in a hotel and struggles to make ends meet.
My life is not okay, so how can I'm working in hotel. I didn't got to my money to feed my children and to rent house.
And thousands of Sudanese share his story. Poor homes, no jobs, little money. And it's too dangerous to go back to Sudan.
Sudan government is against Israel. They say Israel is enemy of Arab. Everyone coming in Israel, they are accusing are enemy of Arab. If you go back into northern Sudan, you will be killed.
And Sudanese leaders have said as much.
If the authorities, which means the northern government of Sudan, finds out that a person has sought asylum in Israel, this person would be in serious risk of persecution.
In January 2011, southern Sudan is holding a referendum on whether to separate from the north and become an independent state. It's the final stage in a peace agreement that ended 22 years of war.
Many of them has despaired from being in Israel for such a long time with no rights whatsoever. People realize that they don't really have a future here, and people are also homesick.
Anthony and Benjamin are not sure what to do. Home beckons, despite the risks.
If the southern Sudan take its freedom, I will decide to go back to my homeland.
Paula Sleer, RT, Southern Israel.